Now at 7, the investigation into what led to the deaths of 4 people in Burke County last night, what we know about the suspect, and reaction from people who live nearby as your news starts now. And Governor Brian Kemp is suspending Burke County Sheriff Alfonso Williams following his indictments. What we know about the man named interim sheriff as your news at 7 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 7.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. We continue now with the developing story as Burke County Sheriff Alfonso Williams has been suspended by Governor Brian Kemp. The suspension comes after a recommendation by a committee appointed by the governor that Williams be suspended. Williams was indicted by a federal grand jury on July 9th on charges of accepting money to dismiss DUI charges and providing a firearm to a convicted felon. He has also been indicted on state charges. Now, according to the governor, the suspension continues until either the case or term ends, whichever comes first. Well, the Burke County Commission selected Brad Cappuccino. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Capazzo. I will learn it, I promise, as the interim sheriff. He has more than 10 years of experience in law enforcement and is a former investigator of the Burke County Sheriff's Office. Also in Burke County, a massive investigation is underway after 4 people were found shot to death last night. It started just before 9 last night when deputies were called to a home on Twin Lakes Road in Sardis for a welfare check. They found a man and a woman shot to death. Deputies also found 2 other women dead at a home on Tom Bergeron Road. The suspect, Adolphus Morris, was spotted in a red Ford Escape on Highway 56. Now, after a short chase, Morris hit a tree, then got into a shootout with deputies. Morris was struck and killed. Now, we spoke with people in the area about the shootings. News Channel 6's Jartavius Edmond has a look at how they're processing it all.
Well, I just found out this morning about it. It really struck me real hard. Any loss of any family members, you know, it's sad, very sad that it happened even in a little town like Sardis.
It's definitely a tragedy. I mean, we all know everybody around here. We all kind of protective of each other, so we're all just really shocked.
That shock follows a chilling night in Burke County. The sheriff's office responding to 2 homes. Chief Deputy Lee Webster explained what they found.
We arrived there, we discovered an open door and conducted a sweep of the residence. And at that time we found 2 deceased females. Of course, emergency medical services and the coroners were called again, and the coroner pronounced both of those victims deceased at approximately 10:17 p.m.
4 people between the ages of 25 and 44 were killed. As investigators worked both scenes, they began looking for Adolphus Christopher Morris. Deputies later spotted Morris in a red Ford Escape and tried to pull him over. The sheriff's office says Morris fled, eventually driving over spike strips before crashing into a tree near Charles Perry and Girard Avenue in Sardis.
Following the crash, the suspect, Adolphus Christopher Morris, exited the vehicle firing at deputies. Deputies returned fire, striking Morris.
The gunfire ended the search for Morris. It didn't end the questions. The Columbia County Use of Force Response Team is investigating the deadly exchange of gunfire between Morris and deputies. Meanwhile, Burke County investigators are still trying to determine how the 2 deaths are connected.
You know, these victims were targeted specifically, or is it just a act of violence?
I don't really have anything in particular at this time that I could speak to that. Like I say, it is an ongoing investigation, and I'm pretty sure we'll have answers to that in a very few days ahead.
For people here, those unanswered questions are now part of processing a tragedy they say is unusual for their community.
Everything had been going pretty well. Like I said, it's just a big tragedy that happened.
Hopefully nothing like this will ever happen again here.
Yes.
I think we all feel pretty safe overall. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Investigators are asking anyone with information to come forward. Another update is expected tomorrow at 2:30. A teen who was reported missing early this morning is dead after being hit by a vehicle in Columbia County. Deputies say 14-year-old Salem Carpenter walked out of some woods and into the path of a car headed on I-20 near mile marker 187. That was about 8 o'clock this morning. Officers say the home alarm system showed him leaving his house at about 3:45 this morning. Although the investigation is ongoing, the sheriff's office says no charges are pending. Well, South Carolina Highway Patrol investigating an early morning crash in Aiken County that left one person dead. Investigators say it happened in the westbound lane of I-20 at mile marker 30. Several vehicles were involved. 46-year-old Clarice McNeil was a passenger in the vehicle when the crash occurred. She was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead on the scene. An Augusta mother is facing charges after her son brought a loaded gun to school. It happened last Wednesday at Richmond Hill Elementary. 26-year-old Destiny Schallhammer is charged with reckless conduct after investigators say she left the handgun unsecured inside her vehicle, and her son then took the gun and placed it inside his backpack. The gun was discovered at school after a student reported it. Well, it is time now for a first look at our weather with Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Trashi.
Well, Dee, we had some strong to severe storms earlier today, but luckily things are nice and quiet now. I am tracking just some light rainfall in northern Hancock County and Jefferson County, also seeing some of that light rainfall, southern Glasscock County. But that's about all she wrote. You can see Live Viper 6 really not showing any other activity here in the CSRA. We do have some storms down to our southeast, though, and that's actually what you're seeing on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. Beautiful skies here in Waynesboro, but those towering cumulonimbus clouds are way in the distance. And as for Almanac, we were a couple degrees above average, 74 this morning, then 95 in the afternoon. Only picked up 0.02 inches of rain at Augusta Busch Field. We're now at 82 in Augusta, 86 in Aiken. McCormick, you're at 90. Swainsboro at 92, but 82 in Gibson. So a big variety in temperatures due to the rain that moved in. But you can see for the heat index still very high down towards the south, 100-degree heat index right now in some of our southern counties with winds out of the southwest, only up to around 8 miles per hour at the highest. Now here's a look at your rest of your Monday evening. We'll be in the upper 70s shortly. We'll have partly cloudy skies and it will be staying dry. Now as we look ahead here, rain chances are pretty limited, only 20% for Tuesday and Wednesday, but we're really starting to heat up. We'll be up to 98 degrees on Thursday. I'll have more details with a look at the heat indices coming up in the full forecast, but back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. We'll see you in a few minutes. Here tonight, Georgia Congressman Mike Collins. Tomorrow, polls will open for the winner of this special Republican primary will face Democrat candidate Dr. Annie Andrews in November. Downtown Aiken is getting its first parking garage as part of the redevelopment of the historic Hotel Aiken. It will have about 200 spaces with roughly 90 leased by Hotel Aiken for valet parking. The remaining spaces will be open to the public, and that will be accessible from B Lane and Newberry Street. One downtown business manager says the garage will improve parking, but construction could create temporary changes.
I know there's going to be a lot of people, and I'm hoping they have a plan for kind of where they're going to park, whether they get bussed in or some other options. But construction does affect us, and we just know we have a great town and such supportive people, and we will find creative ways to get around that.
The entire project is expected to take about 2 years, with completion anticipated in late 2027 or early 2028. Now, if you're a veteran who is looking for a job, this story may help. State House reporter Keith Savage spoke with the South Carolina Department of Employment and Workforce about a program designed to help former military members on their next mission.
For many veterans, it is difficult to picture their life after the military, and transferring those skills into the civilian workforce can be a challenge. The South Carolina Department of Employment and Workforce is highlighting a free program for veterans. It's designed to help place military men and women back into the workforce. Veteran Curtis McCrae says the program aims to help former military members find jobs based on skills gained while in the service, and even host job search workshops.
We have, in many oppositions, there are prior military, so you're talking to someone who probably already been through those steps, and they will help you transition, and we will help you every step of the way as you transition and get employed. And we have empathy for all our military personnel as they transition out.
The program also offers personal coaching, help with resumes, and interview preparation. In Columbia, Keith Savage, WJBF News Channel 6.
Coming up, the Joint Base Charleston Air Force Base officially has a new name, and it's all to honor the late Senator Lindsey Graham. That story next.
Good evening, I'm Carol Blackman with the cast.
I think this is my favorite. Huh, what do you think of this one? From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Looking for your next ride? Gerald
States that bases should be named after, quote, the most deserving individuals who bring honor to the Department of the Air Force and reflect the local goodwill of the community. The temperatures are heating up, and so are the tropics. I'll have your full Viper 6 forecast when we return.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
In a Stokes Hodges Kia.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. We did have a severe thunderstorm warning earlier for parts of Columbia, Richmond, Aiken, Edgefield, and McDuffie counties. And you can see there were some trees down on power lines near Wrightsboro Road and Swint Road. This was at 1:38 p.m. northeast of Harlem, and then west-northwest of Grovetown. We also had a report of trees down on Harlem Grovetown Road. So luckily things are much quieter on Live Viper 6. Really not much going on at all. So you can see here across the CSRA just a few light showers in parts of Jefferson and Washington counties. We do have some storms in the distance though, actually coming down pretty heavy near Athens, some heavy rain and frequent lightning. There were even some gusty winds there with those storms. And then you can see along the coastline of Georgia and South Carolina, we also have some activity. But our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam looking beautiful here at USC Salkehatchie in Allendale County. A mix of sun and clouds as the sun is going to be setting in about an hour. That'll be at 8:19. Dew points are in the mid-70s, so even though we cooled down today from the rain, it's still feeling muggy. So actual temperature is 82. It's feeling like 90 in Augusta. Here's our satellite and radar showing some hit or miss activity across the southeast. It's this high pressure in the Gulf that's bringing in a southwest wind, leading to a few showers and storms, but definitely not a washout. So here's a look at the temperatures across the southeast. Much hotter to our north and west, 100 in Oklahoma City. And the next big thing for us is going to be the heat, and it could even be hitting 100 for some of us. So we are tracking this strong ridge of high pressure. That means above average temperatures are on the way with dangerous heat stress this week and only spotty showers and storms. So rain chances are dwindling down. Last week we had a pretty wet setup, but now rain chances at only 20% Tuesday and Wednesday, 10% on Thursday and Friday, and just a little bit higher on our Saturday. So as we take a look at those high temperatures tomorrow, you're already going to start to notice that higher heat. Average high is 93, but we'll be up to 96 in Augusta and Aiken. So your day planner is showing mostly sunny skies to start the day. It'll be quiet, 73 in the morning, winds out of the west, south, the west, and then we'll be climbing up to 96 by the 5 o'clock hour. Now, Friday looks to be the hottest day out of the week, dangerous to even extreme heat stress potential in the forecast. So that means it's most likely going to be a few days in the future where we have some heat advisories at the very least. You can see we're up to 108 for that heat index on Thursday, and we need to hit 108 in order to see a heat advisory issued for the Augusta Metro. 110 is what I'm going with for Friday, and even the actual air temperatures will be awfully close to 100. It's going to be a pretty prolonged heat wave as well. Above normal temperatures expected to stick around through August 20th, so that's looking ahead to next week. So since this will be long-lasting heat, I definitely want you to remember those heat safety tips. Of course, it's been hot every day. It's the summer in the south, but we've actually been trending a little bit below to near average recently, so this will be pretty significant for us and not something we've been used to lately. But once again, starting out your morning dry tomorrow. As we get into the afternoon, I'm expecting some isolated showers and storms to develop. It definitely won't be a washout, but any showers that do develop could lead to a threat of some heavy rain, gusty winds, thunder, and lightning. Now, like I mentioned, the tropics are heating up as well. We actually have 3 areas to watch. The only one I'm concerned about potentially is the area in orange. 60% chance of development there. Could be a tropical depression by the end of the week, but still no immediate threats to the United States, and there's a lot of models indicating that this system would likely stay out to sea. Now, once again, those rain chances are going down as the temperatures go up. You can see even all the way up until next Monday, 98 degrees still in the forecast, and then we'll We'll get a little bit cooler by the end of next week, Dee, but the heat is definitely here and here to stay for a while.
Yeah, winter's summer's like, don't count me out yet.
Nope, definitely not.
Thanks a lot. Coming up, a Disney-inspired community is coming to North Carolina. We take a look inside the magic.
For 50 years, 1 years.
This is my new super mattress at Rooms to Go. Designed by experts just for me and you. Strong, durable, no sink, no sag, and most importantly, so comfortable. Thanks to the layers and layers of extra support. Lie down, test it, spines aligned, pressure's off, less motion, and totally cool to the touch. Boom! You wake up refreshed and very happy. My new super mattress. A great mattress at a great Rooms to Go price. You'll know it when you try it.
We're more than your service company. We're your neighbors. Castle Brothers provides heating, cooling, plumbing, drains, electrical, and generators with 5-star care anytime you need us. For whole home peace of mind, call on Castle for comfort. CastleBros.com.
The People's Court, weekday mornings at 10 on News Channel 6.
Car crashes, truck wrecks,
motorcycle accidents,
work injuries, nursing home negligence,
disability.
If you need legal help, the SYNC team is ready to fight for you. Think SYNC. Think SYNC. Think SYNC.
The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service.
If you're willing to move to the Raleigh, North Carolina area, you could live at a place with a touch of Disney. Shanaila Kabir has a look inside the magic at the residential community called Asteria.
It sounds like a real-life fairy tale. To live in a home inspired by Cinderella or Beauty and the Beast, the Asteria community by Story Living by Disney is making those dreams reality because it will be filled with thousands of Disney-themed homes.
Imagine bringing in a National Geographic explorer to lead a hike through the trails that run through the site, or having a Disney artist come and do a class in our maker spaces. Also an opportunity to integrate the community as well with local artists and artisans. We really want it to be a celebration of the region.
Asteria will be located in Chatham Park, just outside the Research Triangle. Phase 1, where 300 Disney-themed homes will be built, is getting underway. Part of the development includes the second Star Club, which will have a gym, a restaurant, and an art studio that will showcase all things Disney. Caroline Boone says this will be the heartbeat of the community.
What you'll see throughout the community is really a celebration of the Piedmont, but we've also infused that with some incredible Disney storytelling from some of our most beloved films as well.
Developers are building single-family homes and duplexes. This concept is inspired by Cotino, Disney's first story living community in California. Boone says Pittsboro's natural beauty offers the perfect destination for the latest community.
Pittsboro is an incredibly special place. You have this culture of lifelong learning that comes from the higher education here. You also have this incredible culture of craft work.
Future tenants are eligible to buy their dream Disney home by mid-2027, and families can move in by fall 2028.
And Disney is also planning a story living community in California. It hasn't opened, but some homeowners have already moved into the residential area. It's pretty cool.
It'd be a pretty big deal.
Very big deal.
Well, our forecast is looking very hot this week. Highs are climbing into the mid to upper 90s. Heat index up to 110. And you can see rain chances are very limited for now. Higher rain chances as we go into next week.
All right, there you have it. Thanks so much for joining us. Our next news is at 11 tonight on News Channel 6. Entertainment Tonight is next. Have a great evening.
My husband was in a pretty serious accident, which led to my husband actually passing away, which was very hard on our family.
I was 16 years old. It was incredibly traumatic.
Being able to take the burden off of you guys to handle the legal aspect at least gave you all a chance to kind of get through those first several years.
Austin and his team fought to the end. I'm so thankful that I found Austin.
If you've lost a loved one because of someone else's negligence, call Austin Jackson.
I went from walking 7 miles